Hello everybody, molweni. Today ndivuke ndirhalela ukusebenzisa amathambo engqondo. Today I woke up feeling like dropping some knowledge because it is obviously Wednesday. KungolweSithathu ke namhlanje. Masiwasebenzise amathambo engqondo. In today's video, I will be taking you guys on a virtual tour through Bo-Kaap in Cape Town. Kuhlelo lwethu lanamhlanje siza kube sihamba sizula eBo-Kaap, eKapa lodumo. Just sit back, relax, and hopefully you will learn a thing or two about the history of Bo-Kaap. Hlala phansi, uphole, uzole kwaye ndiyathemba ndinqwenela uba ikhona into entsha ozoyifunda namhlanje ke ngeBo-Kaap yaseKapa. Situated at the foot of Signal Hill on the fringe of the city centre and formerly known as Malay Quarter, the Bo-Kaap's origin dates back to the 1760s, whereby these houses were built and leased to slave by Dutch colonists. Yonke ke le mvelaphi yeBo-Kaap yaqala kwiminyaka xa ndicinga phaa kwi-1760s. Phaa phezulu wethu entabeni xa uphumile etawuni usenyukela usiya ngaphaya kooSignal Hill, kwaye yayigqibele ibizwa ngokuba yiMalay Quarter, ngoku seyaziwa ngokuba yiBo-Kaap. Yanziwa kudala udalo, ngoku ezaa zindlu zazakhiwe kwaye zanikezwa abantu ke ababehlala kwingcinezelo ukuba mabahlale khona, ngoku babecinezelwe ngabantu baseDutch. The people were known as Cape Malays, and they were brought from Malaysia, Indonesia, and the rest of Africa to come and work in the Cape. And then these houses are a mixture of Cape Dutch and Georgian architecture. Hayi ke aba bantu babehlala apha babeziwa ngokuba zii-Cape Malays besuka eMalaysia, Indonesia kunye namanye amazwe alapha eAfrika. Babethathiwe ke bacinezelwa ukuba mabazosebenza eKapa. Bahlala kwezi zindlu nizibonayo. The choice of color is said to be attributed to the fact that while on lease, all the houses had to be white. When this rule was then eventually lifted and the slaves were allowed to buy the properties, all the houses were painted bright colors by the owners as an expression of their freedom. Hayi ke ngoku becinezelwe abantu abahlala apha, kwakunyanzelekile okanye kuxhomekekile ukuba izindlu abahlala kuzo zihlale zimhlophe qho ngawo onke amaxesha. Kwakungafunekanga basebenzise eminye imibala ezindlini zabo. Emveni koko basophuma kwingcinezelo bazithenga ke ezi zindlu. Basogqiba ukuzithenga baqonda ukuba mabazityabeke ngamenye imibala. Baqonda basebenzise imibala egqame kakhulu ukuze kubonakalise uba bayavuya ukuba baphumile kuyo yonke le ngcinezelo bebehleli kuyo. Many of the families in the Bo-Kaap area have been living there for generations upon generations. As a matter of fact, today the Bo-Kaap community is a significant part of Cape Town's cultural heritage. The oldest building in the Bo-Kaap area is in Wale Street, as you can see here, and currently houses the Bo-Kaap Museum. This is the best place to discover the real history of the area and to get a glimpse into the life of a typical Malay family. It has also been suggested that Bo-Kaap residents no longer refer to themselves as Cape Malay, but rather South African Muslims. Hayi ke bendisatsho ke mandiqhubekeke ntolika ndithi abantu abaninzi ke bakhula behlala apha, baqhubekeka ke behlala apha ngawo onke amaxesha. Kudalo babebuzwa ngokuba zi-Cape Malays, ngoku abafuni ukubizwa ngokuba bazi-Cape Malays, bafuna ukubizwa ngokuba bazi-Muslims. Eyona ndlu okanye indawo endala yalapha yi-Bo-Kaap ise-Wale Street, and ke le museum bendidlula kuyo nani nayibona ke xa ndigqithayo. Okay, and then what else can I say? The first established Muslim mosaic in South Africa is also found in Bo-Kaap. And Bo-Kaap is a 5-minute walk away from the city center, and it is a 20-minute walk to the V&A waterfront. The Bo-Kaap is best accessed by foot along Wale Street. I would definitely advise anyone who comes here by car to come early in the morning, or rather walk here, because it is very, very difficult to find parking space and the streets are very, very narrow. Now let's talk more about its history. In terms of the word Bo-Kaap, Bo-Kaap is an Afrikaans word meaning above the Cape, and it is actually an area in Cape Town, South Africa, formerly known as Malay Quarter. It is a former racially segregated area situated in the slopes of Signal Hill above the city center, and it is a historical center of Cape Malay culture in Cape Town. It is known for its bright, colorful homes, and these homes started with Van der Waal. In 1760, Van der Waal bought a block of land at the foot of Signal Hill around Wale Street, and then a year later he obtained an adjacent parcel, extending his holding to Rose and Short Market Street. And then in 1763, around that time, Van der Waal built several small rental houses on the land which he leased to his slaves. The first three were in 71 Wale Street, which is now the Bo-Kaap Museum, above 72 Lewin Street. And then more Muslims continue to move to this area, and it is predominantly a Muslim community here in South Africa. In May of 2019, 19 sites in Bo-Kaap area were declared National Heritage Sites by the South African Minister of Arts and Culture. The announcement followed the City of Cape Town's Council's March 2019 approving the inclusion of the Bo-Kaap area in the Heritage Protection Overlay Zone, which will incorporate around 600 privately owned homes. The city receives over 2,000 letters from members of the public, a strong majority of which were in support of the new heritage zone. The 19 sites became official National Heritage Sites through the declaration by South African Heritage Resources Agency under the National Heritage Resources Act number 25 of 1999. Objectives of the Heritage Zone include conserving the Bo-Kaap heritage by encouraging owners to retain and rehabilitate existing residential buildings, ensuring new developments in the area complement existing landscape and promote social and cultural traditions in the area. Now, about the Bo-Kaap Museum. The museum, whose building dates back to 1760s, is the oldest house in the area, and it is still in its original form. It highlights the cultural contribution made by the early Muslim settlers, many of whom were skilled tailors, carpenters, shoemakers, and builders. It contains 19th century furnishings, which include fine Cape drop leaf dining tables. The museum exhibits the lifestyle of a prosperous 19th century Cape Muslim family, along with black and white photographs of daily life in the area. Now that we have moved away from Bo-Kaap, singena edolophini, now we are in town, no longer in Bo-Kaap. We just walked about 5 minutes from Bo-Kaap to town, as you can see. So as you can see, the different arts and crafts that you most likely to find when you visit South Africa. And they're usually kids singing and dancing, wearing traditional attire, as you can see over here. And the kids usually sing on weekends though, because during the course of the week they are at school, most likely to find them here on weekends or on public holidays. And that's basically the taste of South Africa, and that's basically the taste of Bo-Kaap. Yeah, the area in Bo-Kaap is traditionally multicultural. Okay, it's a very multicultural neighborhood, and about 56.9% of its population identifies as Muslim. According to the South African Heritage Resource Agency, the area contains the largest concentration of pre-1850 architecture in South Africa and is the oldest surviving residential neighborhood in Cape Town. So that is basically it from me. I hope you pretty much enjoyed me dropping some knowledge and that you learned a thing or two about the history of Bo-Kaap, Cape Malays, and Muslim community in South Africa. Did you already know this? Was it all new to you? Did I drop some knowledge? Let me know. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on today's video. Have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. I will catch you on the next one. Ndinithanda nonke emakhaya. Bye bye bethu nani.